Wow, crazy morning, everybody. Jeez Louise. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh man, what a morning. Yes, I am here. I am here. Sorry everybody that I couldn't be here much sooner. I had some damn internet issues that you just would not believe. I mean, it was um surprising enough, it normally doesn't happen, but I was under a DNS attack. Gotta love it. So I had to go in and clear that up. Well, hey, how's it going? Good morning. Yeah, well, excellent, excellent. We may need the help of Captain. May need to help Captain out. Yeah, Captain got hit by some pretty serious storms over the over last night. Messed up his siding. Just, I mean, it's insane. Um, help out Captain however you can, however you feel necessary, any which way that you possibly can. You should really read chat while we waited. Um, oh yes, Captain was on last night. He's just was having a really rough time of it right now with all the storms. Um, mm, yes, yeah. House took major damage. We understand. Yeah, we know that you got some pretty bad storms going through your area. And as long as you came out of it with everybody being alive, that's that's damn. And anything else can be replaced. It's it's difficult, but everything else can be replaced. All right, man, got coughs like crazy. It is another beautiful day, another beautiful day in the neighborhood, of course, because it is going to be more more people complaining about how bad the the politics are, how horrible everything else is going. Um, yes, it's it's crazy that there's going to be um some new information coming out about Trump's trial. Of course, he's got multiple ones going on. Yeah, uh, absolutely. That's all that really matters. But if you need any help, just let people know. Reach out. Help will come in the most unexpected ways. Um, it'll be rough. It'll be rough, but you will get it. You will get it. And yeah, so of course, the first thing that I pulled up this morning, I don't care about that. So the the first thing that I pull up is this right here. It's really bad whenever fact checkers fact check themselves. So this is what they got. Latest: France and Belgium support request for arrest warrants of Israel and Hamas leaders. And then if you do their fact check thing, it shows that a warrant for Netanyahu's arrest was requested, but no decision was made about whether to issue it. It's just like, oh my God. These guys, France and Belgium, can go suck a big, long dong for all I care. They are so ridiculously stupid. International Criminal Court. Chief Prosecutor Karim Khan accused the Prime Minister of crimes against humanity in the Gaza Strip and Israel, while Netanyahu and Gallant do not face imminent arrest. The announcement Monday was a symbolic blow that deepened Israel's isolation over stuff that's been going on for thousands of years. So let's look at what their warrant says. International Criminal Court has issued a warrant for Netanyahu. Yeah, I can't even speak this morning. Netanyahu. That's and it's the facts. The social media users are misrepresenting the warrant status, including that of Netanyahu, by claiming that they already been approved by the ICC. Now, I don't know. Oh, okay. So I see. Their fact checkers suck. That's as simple as that. Their fact checkers really suck. Because what they're saying is, oh, this is International Criminal Court issued. That's not what it says right here. It says International Criminal Court issued arrest warrant for Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu. Now, it's really funny that this right here is what they show. This is the image that they show, and it said, what does it say? International Criminal Court. Now, they sent requests for arrest warrants, of course. Blah. Of course, now you're not hearing anything about this helicopter that went down. Isn't that weird? Is it weird how it just went from, oh, a helicopter went down, now we're not going to talk about it. Now we will just not talk about it. And of course, they move and shift stories. I gotta love it. How they can just shift from one story to the next and not really matter. Hey, you have a good day, Tammy. Good to see you. Forever not me, for you and yours. Safety. Morning, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Good to see you. And so, if they're going to shift gears on it and they're going to talk about it the way that they do, which, they want to say that Israel launched its offensive. How about a defensive? Of course, I guess it would be offensive if they went back after October 7th. It killed 1,200 people, mostly civilians, and abducted about 250. That right there, I think, if that happened to this side of the pond, away from the Middle East, if we happen to have, say Mexico or Canada, yeah, we'll use Canada for example. If Canada came and attacked New York City, killed 1,200 people in some rocket attacks, and then captured another 250 and held them hostage. What do you think the U.S. would do? You think they would just sit back? Oh, well, under certain presidents it might. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it was during Jimmy Carter that the same thing happened. Except it wasn't on American soil. And the day after, the day that Reagan was elected, or shortly thereafter, yeah, they gave up really quick. Interesting, isn't it? How history repeats itself. Maybe that's why they've been putting this. We wouldn't go to war unless our current leader was still in office. Yeah. Even in Afghanistan. And it says, well, at least 3,500 or 35,000 Palestinians have died in the war. And what And that's according to Gaza's health ministry. I don't know. Do you take their word for it? I wonder. If they even you should take their word for it. And of course, Iran's president and foreign minister have died in a helicopter crash. ICC prosecutor seeks arrest warrant for Israel and Hamas. Oh yeah, isn't it weird that ICC prosecutor seeks arrest warrant? Israeli forces have killed at least 7 Palestinian in West Bank raid. Okay. Israel's Gallant slams ICC prosecutor's request for arrest warrant. Israel's defense minister on Tuesday slammed the International Court prosecutor's request for arrest warrants against himself and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, as well as Hamas leaders. Their attempt to deny the state of release of hostages held in Gaza must be rejected explicitly. Amazing how that happens. Oh, I need my morning coffee too. Speaking of which, because my internet was all screwy, I sat down to my computer, fired it up. I was pulling up all kinds of stories, and then internets went wonky. Like I lost internet connection. I was able to log on through my phone and type in there that my internet was down. I couldn't figure out what it was going on. So for over an hour, I spent like trying to access my router. I got it taken care of though. It seems to be have fixed all the issues that I have. Yeah, all the issues are good again. It is amazing to me that the AP is so against Israel. Morning, Volstorm. How you doing, brother? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm gonna have to grab myself some more coffee. I mean, my brain is not 100% here this morning. Let me go grab some coffee, and I'm gonna go and get my head straight. Get my head straight, because this was just the craziest thing happening this morning. I need to think for a couple of seconds, because it'll throw you off whenever you're in the middle of doing something, and this happens. So let's just relax for a second, take a deep breath, and watch a little Rambo. All right, little Rambo was good. All right, so now I'm feeling much better. Feeling much better. Okay. All right. I think I've got the neat little story that I was looking up, and then I'm gonna shift gears entirely. All right, so here was the story that I initially pulled up. This was this one: election deniers moving closer to GOP mainstream. Hmm. Report shows as Trump allies fill Congress in the hours after the attack on January 6th. That was so disastrous that it took out, multiple people. Hundreds of thousands of people were injured and hurt that day. They all died. We should have sent in the National Guard for the few hours that they just threw a fuss. Rob Portman voted to accept Joe Biden's win over the defeated former president, despite Trump's false allegation that Biden only won because of fraud. Well, you never let him prove it, and it just looks even worse whenever you act the way that you have been, or your administration acts the way that it's been acting. Your prosecutors in Georgia act the way they've been acting. But as Trump charges towards his rematch with Biden in 24, Bortman has been replaced by J.D. Vance, potential vice presidential pick. Why do these people keep putting names out there? Make your morning better by hitting that like button. Thank you, Volstorm. It is. If you make it look like it's illegal, people are going to complain about something not looking right. Tim Scott, Marco Rubio, other possible VP picks. Why do you guys think that he's going to pick any of these people? I keep telling you this. He's not going to pick all of these people that you keep thinking that you're looking at. You're looking at Tim Scott. Oh my gosh, you're looking at Marco Rubio. Oh, you're looking at all of these people, and you're missing who he's going to pick, because we don't know who he's going to pick. It's all guesswork for these fools. New Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, no, don't care. As Trump makes a comeback bid to return to power. Well, did he ever have power in the first place? Did he really? A new report released Tuesday by States United Action. So this is a left wing, a hardcore left wing group, just so you know, and they're the ones that targets election deniers. I mean, because I could do just a real quick group. It is 501c4. It is here. I'll show you so you can see. United States Action is a nonpartisan section 501c4 nonprofit organization with a mission to protect our elections and our democracy. But we're not a democracy. Prevent political violence that threatens to undermine the will of the American people. Advance the truth about our elections. Our mission is to protect nonpartisan elections administered in accordance and blah, 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 blah. So who exactly are they? There's their staff. Do these look like they're nonpartisan? Do they really look like they're nonpartisan? We built a powerhouse team to support. Well, I mean, let's look at her chief executive officer. We'll just look at her really quick. And what does it say? Protecting free, fair, secure elections. Oh, yeah, there we go. Here is her. Let me see. Joanna Lydgate, or whatever the hell her name is. Officer of the United Democracy Center, nonpartisan. We don't care about that. So what about you? You served as Chief Deputy Attorney General of Massachusetts. In the role, she coordinated multi-state litigation and worked with bipartisan team of colleagues. They always have to throw, whenever somebody's throwing in bipartisan, you know that they're not. She oversaw criminal enforcement, coordinated daily with local, state, federal law enforcement partners. She served as Attorney General of the Civil Rights Division of Massachusetts, was a law clerk to Judge Norman H. Stahl on the First Circuit Court of Appeals, worked in nonprofit legal services in New York City. Oh, she's a graduate of Yale and of Berkeley School of Law. Doesn't really scream bipartisan there at all. So who's the next one here that we have is their Chief Operating Officer. Well, who is their Chief Operating Officer? Share this tab instead. Before joining this group, she spent 20 years in various government policy and management roles. Deputy Executive of Democratic Attorneys General Association. In the private sector, she worked with nonprofits, coalitions, corporations. Yeah, see, right there. Tells you exactly who she is. And then she advised clients on affordable housing, gun safety, and consumer protection. 7 years as counsel of the Senate Banking Committee. Right. Address affordable housing issues, including foreclosures and the lack of rental housing. Because you will own nothing. You will eat the bugs. Well, how about the next one in their little list right here? How about Rajana Nadarjana DZ, whatever her name is? She worked in the Civil Rights Clinic at the University of Texas. She began her career as an attorney and Kirkland and Ellis Fellow at South Brooklyn Legal Services. Fellowship with Immigrant Rights Clinic, not illegals. Wow, that so far we're hitting 3 out of 3 are don't look like they're bipartisan at all. So why don't we look at Thania, or whatever her name is? Thania Sanchez. She worked in American Civil Liberties Union as Director of Affiliate Analytics, Research in Voting Rights, Immigration, and Criminal Justice Reform. She was a professor at political science at Yale University, where she taught and researched human rights. Still, we're going 4 for 4 of them. I'm still not seeing the bipartisan here. So let's look at the next one. Let's look at the next one. This here is a Christine Sun, Senior Vice President Legal. Nothing screams masculinity like that right there. Worked for Judge Robert L. Carter on the U.S. District Court for the Southern District Court of New York, and worked in private sector for Gottlieb Steeman Hamilton. Was legal and policy director of ACLU of North Carolina. This still worked for Southern Poverty Law Center in Montgomery. And her range from economic justice to immigrants' rights and gay rights. We'll just say gay rights because I'm not going to do the alphabet thing. Okay, so we've got it is insane. It is insane right here. So we're going for another one that is definitely not. I mean, we're knocking them out of the park here. We're knocking them out of the park. If you found a single person in this group that even remotely says bipartisan, any of them. But there's one more. There is one more. There's Lizzie Ulmer. There we go. She's cute. She's focused on state-led advocacy groups and campaigns. She served as communications director for the Democratic Attorneys General Association and for Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. So tell me, fine people, what what is it about this new report that they put out about election deniers? All it seems to me is this group right here has written a report that is, they say, is bipartisan, that smells of like a very political activated group, a very left-wing political activated group, telling you the election deniers caused all this, pro-Trump mob. And of course, this is what they're quoting to you. They're quoting you a report from a bipartisan group. I don't see the bipartisan group. You have a good one, Elkie. You have a wonderful day. Ellie, sorry. Have a good day. I appreciate you coming by. Under Trump's direction, the RNC is making election processes its top priority. Bring new personnel, adding resources. Advisor to both Trump campaign and the party committee. Biden's in the White House. That's true, but there were issues in the election. And if you try to say that there were some issues in the election, they call you an election denier. How do you like that? Imagine being a Democrat, sitting there going, well, Biden won, but still saying, but there were issues with the election. That makes you an election denier. Shame on you, you election denier, you. And all they keep doing is they keep going back to this report. They have written multiple pages about this. And all it is a report from a very partisan group. Oh, should I say bipartisan? No, we're it's not like we spent our entire careers, denying elections. So crazy. So crazy. What a bunch of BS. So this is so aggravating, because how are you supposed to get news whenever you're one of the supposedly most trusted groups here quotes a bunch of partisan hacks, and then reports on it as if it's true. But here's a good thing. Voters get to decide whether prosecutor and judge in Georgia Trump election case keep their jobs. Voters will decide whether two key players in Georgia election interference case against former. Why don't they just say the two key players in a court case against Donald Trump will keep their jobs? Well, it's Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis and Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee are both on the ballot for Tuesday's election. Crazy, isn't it? Willis is the prosecutor who last year obtained a sprawling racketeering indictment against Trump and 18 others. McAfee is the judge who was randomly assigned to preside over the case. Willis is a single challenger in the Democrat primary, and if she wins, will face off against the Republican candidate in the fall. McAfee has one opponent. After a second was disqualified in a nonpartisan contest, that will be the final word on whether he gets to keep a seat. The intense public interest in the case has thrust both Willis and McAfee into the national spotlight, giving them greater name recognition than occupants of their offices might otherwise have. That, along with advantages of incumbency and fundraising hauls that have far surpassed their challengers, could give each of them an edge on Tuesday. That's right, they're going to be edging on Tuesday. What was that? They're burying the stream in the algo. What kind of fun am I missing? Well, it happens. It happens. Apparently, I literally passed out before the stream started. Just came around here in Shizzy and wondering where in the hell am I? well, it is a crazy, crazy place to be. Crazy, crazy place in the world to be is right here. Willis and her progressive Democratic opponent, Christian. I don't know why they say Democratic opponent, because they haven't figured out how to say Democrat, because it makes them look like Democrat. Sorry. Christian Wise Smith both worked in the Fulton County District Attorney's Office under then District Attorney Paul Howard. Well, what happened with Paul Howard? Does anybody know who Paul Howard is? Oh, Paul Howard. Yeah. He was personal injury. Well, he's here. I'll show you what happened with in 2023. Here we go. This is former Fulton County DA Paul Howard found not guilty. Howard faced accusations of sexual harassment, creating a hostile work environment. Howard was found not guilty on December 15th of the charges leveled against him by former employee Kathy Carter. During the trial, Howard took the stand in his defense. Defense called to witness Ronnie Dixon, former deputy district attorney, and Lenny Nelson, chief of staff at the time. Nelson testified that Carter had issues being punctual for work and was subsequently placed on administrative leave. According to Nelson, Carter was required to report to sign into her office daily in directive of Howard Carter's lawyers. Blah, blah, blah. So it was former district attorney that was accused of sexual misconduct. Sounds like that's pretty common in Fulton County. Yeah. Of course, they found him not guilty of sexual harassment, but then after you see the way that things have been going, how does it make him look? Think about what all the sexual impropriety things that were going on with Fannie Willis. Wise Smith, he said, district attorney, he would be focused on victims. Courtney Kramer is running unopposed in the Republican primary. While Trump's election case and racketeering cases against the well-known rappers have boosted Willis's public profile, her campaign has focused her efforts to reduce a staggering case backlog that existed when she took office. Fight gang violence, but how can you have gang violence? Catch at-risk youth before they get caught up in the criminal justice system, in which what many have seen as a major misstep. A major misstep, you think? She hired a special prosecutor that she was banging, and then paid him money that they both used to go out of town with, and never reported it. Now, see, if she would have reported it, wouldn't have been a big deal. But why? Oh, sorry, Pam. Glad you could wake up with us. Low end ships, brother. We had all the fun before Shizzy. Oh, Pam, that's so bad. So unfortunate you feel that way. Caffey ultimately ruled that it did not create a conflict of interest that should disqualify Willis, but he said she could only continue the case if the special prosecutor, Nathan Wade, stepped aside. Wade promptly left the case, but a defense appeal of McAfee's ruling is now pending before the Georgia Court of Appeals. So that's why it's all being held up right there. Tiffany Johnson, who worked as both prosecutor and defense attorney, has also filed paperwork to challenge McAfee, but she was disqualified after she failed to show up for a hearing on a challenge to her eligibility after a judge upheld that disqualification act. The state Supreme Court to weigh in, but the High Court has yet to act. wonderful, wonderful stuff. They have banked all of their stuff on these people, and it's gonna come back and backfire on them. It will come back and backfire them. Here's where I love the legal experts. So here's a legal expert with his take on it.
Mr. Trump, are you planning to testify?
I would not put Trump on the stand if I were his lawyer, and I don't believe that he's going to testify. It would be
It would really kick you in the nuts, wouldn't it? It would really kick you in the nuts if he did testify. Oh, the amount of hate that would be going on. The amount of hate that would be shown if he took the stand. Mm, mm, mm. I would love to see Trump take the stand. I really would. And they're going, wow, he shouldn't be taking the stand. Why not? What are they going to do? They're already going after all of his money. They're going to try to break him and shut him down. So what would be so disastrous?
disastrous for him. And I think that his lawyers know that, and I think he knows that. I suppose in theory, some upside to him testifying because he can tell his side of the story. And I think for Trump, the way that the trial is perceived outside of the courtroom may be more important than the way it's perceived inside the courtroom.
Yes, Trump doesn't know how to shut up. That is very true. Trump testifying would not be a good idea. Yeah, he doesn't know how to shut up.
The problem is that if he testifies, he can and will be cross-examined, and
Sure, he can and would most likely be cross-examined, but they would also have to keep their cross-examination within the scope. Like they couldn't ask him about anything else. They couldn't ask him questions about legal documents that he might or might not have that were legal. They would just try to get Trump on perjury charges later. Possibly. He'd be on the stand for an hour just talking. Yeah, most likely. And just waste their time. Depends on the state court rules. It does. All of it does. Unless he opens the door to anything. I think they can cross outside the scope, and this judge would just fuck him. Yeah, pretty much. That would probably be right. But the thing is he doesn't have to answer. They can ask, but he doesn't have to answer. And they could continue to object. Objection, Your Honor. It's outside the scope. 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 And the judge there's nothing the judge can do about it. He wouldn't have to answer jack squat.
The cross-examination can include any parts of his past record that's
No. No, they would have to get to there, and then they would be testifying, and they would open the door for any sort of appeal, and it would be done and over. Because all they would have, any crimes that they went up against, that they tried to go up against him, it would be put on appeal immediately, and the judge knows it. So this legal expert, Trump went on there. That scares the pee out of him.
suggests that maybe the jury shouldn't believe him.
Good morning, Jim.
Appearing on the witness stand is the worst possible venue for a person like Donald Trump, who prefers to be speaking in front of an adoring crowd where he can talk for as long as he wants.
And he can do that on a stand too. He could talk for as long as he wants. Yeah. You're running late, but popped in for a bit of fun. Well, glad you could come by. Yep. Yep.
It's about whatever he wants. That's the opposite of testifying as a criminal defendant in a courtroom.
Well, you would have to be you'd have to be a criminal, right? You would have had to done something illegal to be a criminal. Well, that's going to be more interesting stuff. Good morning, Debbie Morin. I'm going to pull up a couple of other things. This has nothing to do with any of the stuff that I've been showing you, because we all know the Middle East, Iran's president, they're talking about mourners as people are dancing upon their graves. They're celebrating in Iran. It's weird that after, I guess, stoning and shooting and stabbing and stoning and removing body parts and all the horrible, torturous things that they've done to women in Iran, maybe they're having a little bit of joy restored back to them. Maybe they're not sad to see that guy and the rest of his cronies go. And it's sad to say, but that's how loved they were, that nobody was, except for those way up in the government, were feeling the pain. But we got this right here. This will make you feel better about life. This will make you feel better about life. So check this out. If you don't know what this is,
What's on front?
oh. So what just happened? Do you know what happened? Do you know what that was all about? Well, that right there was a Florida ex-Red Sox player, Austin Maddox, was arrested after he tried to meet a teenage girl for sex. Austin Maddox arrested after he tried to meet a teenage girl for sex. And what do I have to say to that? This right here.
All right, it's raining, Thor. Come on.
Oh my God.
Do it.
Don't.
Come on. Prove
I'm
it.
at work.
Prove it. What the? Oh my God.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that one right there. Yeah, I hope he drops the soap. And they use powdered soap. That's what I'm hoping happens to him. Going to meet up with a 14-year-old girl. Jeez. What is wrong with you? Now, in case you guys missed it, this happened yesterday. Well, actually happened over the weekend. And I was going to discuss this yesterday, but I did run out of time. And that's what this right here was probably one of the coolest things that you would have seen. So check this out. That was a meteor. The look on her face was amazing. Yeah, that was a meteor that shot across the sky. I'm happy to say we got nothing other than a few little raindrops here and there, and all went north and south of us. Well, that's awesome. What the hell is wrong with these folks? Well, they're sick. They are sick individuals. Yes, the meteor is awesome. This is one of my favorite things right here. just because it makes me laugh.
Yanidi Pena. She was overcome with emotions. She feels the weight of the world on her right now. It took her and her children a month and a half to get from El Salvador to Mexico, where they crossed the country into Texas. They got moved to New York City, and they were in a housing program that sent them here to Rochester. They arrived in January of this year and lived at the Holiday Inn downtown for 4 months, and they were moved here 3 weeks ago.
Muy traumática.
It's very traumatic.
Well,
It's been quite.
and if you fled Dominican Republic through Mexico, that's where you should have stayed. Just saying. I had one fly by me while driving home at 3 a.m.
She says it's been quite traumatic. Everything that was told to us to come to Monroe County, to Rochester, hasn't been fulfilled.
Do you like America?
Sí. Pero no Rochester.
But not Rochester.
No.
Oh, she doesn't like Rochester. I'm gonna say something, but it might get you banned about that family. Yeah.
No good Rochester.
Do you want to stay in America?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to stay in America. I just don't like it in Rochester, New York. They moved me into this little bitty apartment for free.
Yanidi.
Yeah. They don't like where they're staying at. But you want to see some really cool conspiracy stuff? There's going to be a man that, for all intents and purposes, should not be alive. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Is he on the moon? Is that where he is? Or is it fake? Wow. Oh yes. Oh yes. I love hearing people and more about this lady right here.
I've always lived a passion-driven life. It dates back to just my time in high school. And that is what lit that fire in me, because I knew intimately what it felt like to be left out and not have a voice. And I said, you know what? My life now on is to make people feel included, to make people feel like they had a voice. I am currently the Global Inclusion Program Manager for our diversity engagement team. And
yeah, she's the one that stole $5 million from Facebook. She is the one that stole $5 million from Facebook and another 120,000 or 200,000 from Nike.
literally am hired to make sure people have a sense of belonging here.
And she stole $5 million from Facebook. She stole over $5 million total.
It's so fun because in this space, in this work, it's all about just behavior change. And
Yeah, stealing money. Oh boy.
that takes some time. But when you see people's behavior change because of something that they didn't know, that
Like stealing?
They now know that transform their life. That's the only thing that I need at night.
Oh, you didn't need that 5 million. Transforming people's lives by stealing from a company.
Makes me super happy. So really be open to opportunities and know that your mind may change.
Oh yeah, her mind changed. Steal $5 million from 2 companies.
Won't change is inherently what's inside you of what you feel like you were destined here to do. I've always
5 years in prison for $5 million worth of fraud. Yeah. And it wasn't like she was doing something minor. Oh, no. She was stealing from, it wasn't from Facebook. It was from Facebook users that she was stealing money. She was stealing credit card numbers, making microtransactions off of credit cards. So you wouldn't notice, a few cents here or there would just disappear out of your credit card. That's $1 million a year, not bad. Oh, and she has to pay all that money back. Sorry you're late to the party. Don't you worry about it. Guess what I have for you, ugly truckling? I've got a really good one for you. And I showed this yesterday for T-Rex. It is, and I can't play the music, so bear with me because the music really makes it. But this is awesome. Check this thing out. Just to get an idea what music sounds like. Look at that thing. Look at that. Is that some Mad Max crap right there? Holy cow. It's got truck balls that are spikes. Oh my gosh. Never late to the party. That right there is what you get. Yes, she does have to pay the money back. Spoiler alert, she'll never pay the money back. Oh, well, possibly. Yeah, that's badass. You've seen that truck in real life many times? Awesome. That's very cool. Don't miss out on the sultry voice of Dictionary Diva. Most definitely don't ever miss out on that. I think it's pretty cool. Whoever got that shot, that just made my day. Anyway, this is an old practical joke. Someone that's such a girl. That's something that Volstar would pull on you. I can totally see Volstar doing that. Just walking up to somebody, come on down here, son. I'll put a whooping on you, and then look at somebody else and go, "Yeah, I want you to describe what they're wearing to nobody on the phone," and then just walk off. I do have on a green shirt. That's funny. Oh my. Oh my. Oh. Oh. Well, let's Good morning, Winks. Good morning, folks. Here we go. Let's watch somebody lose their absolutely ever living mind. I love these people. They make my day.
I'd like to address yet another goddamn fucking stupid Republican talking point that is destroying our world about climate change. But before I do, I want to address my own caustic attitude and tone. I don't like it. I don't like talking like this. I don't like being like this. In person, I prefer to see the best in people and relate to people through common humanity, even when we disagree. But these devices and these platforms are being used by radical Republicans to destroy and undermine our democracy and environment.
We're
So
not
I'm going to
democracy.
spit truth right back at them. In this case, yes, it is true that the climate does naturally change. 12,000 years ago, the end of the last ice age allowed humans to proliferate through the world. But it's also true that humans affect climate, you fucking morons! It is possible to have a morning and an afternoon. Yes, nature causes wildfires, and it's also true that if you pour gasoline on fires, you make it worse. In the case of the climate, we have 8 billion people on the planet. We have never seen anything like this in the history of humanity. In the last 100 years, we have quadrupled our population. Prior to that, we had never doubled in 100 years. From 0 to 1,500, we didn't even double. And that was under 500 million people. All of our Western paradigms, all of our Eastern paradigms, all of our religious
I'm waiting
paradigms
outside.
are based on a world that doesn't exist anymore, you fucking idiots! We have never seen anything like 8 billion humans consuming, using resources, creating waste. We are having a dramatic effect on our own home. When we say
This guy's so unhinged. It's so funny. I would just be sitting there laughing at this guy in person because he's such an idiot. Just like, he needs to get this out though, so let's let him rant a little bit.
environment, it's not some woo-woo liberal thing. It's our fucking house.
Oh no, we're laughing at you, dude, because you're losing your freaking mind. Oh, oh, he has like a $600 ceiling fan. These light fixtures that run off of energy. And he's on TikTok on a phone, bitching and moaning about climate change. Just
We depend on it to survive, so no, we don't want to burn it down. Wake up!
It's so stupid. Oh, oh. We got it. Oh. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Oh, intense night, even more intense morning. Will you be safe? I'm glad you made it. I hope you're back by now. I was worried about spontaneous combustion during that video. I know, it's so great. He needs to get out and touch some grass. That's all I'm saying. Oh, one too many Cocoa Puffs. Oh, now, we did find something here that's really important to note. This is another expert imported. Now, this is not the expert. This is an expert. This guy is awesome. This is hilarious.
Miren, este cemento se levantó y este está más abajo. Aquí lo podemos ver. Más o menos ha de tener como una pulgada caído. Entonces ahorita tenemos que arreglar esto. Vamos a
wait till you see how he fixes this. This is amazing.
Este lo tenemos que bajar. Antes de empezar a quebrarlo o hacer otra cosa, nos vamos a ir por el lado más fácil. Escarbarle aquí alrededor. Así. Bueno, para eso vamos a usar este carro.
Oh boy.
Vamos a ver si podemos con el carrito bajar el concreto.
Here he comes. Expert is going to show you how to do this. He's going to show you exactly how to lower it down so it removes the trip hazard.
Ahí derechito.
There it comes. Watching. There he is. There he comes. There he comes. Working on it. Working on fixing the hazard.
Bueno amigos, pues ya subimos el carro. Ahora sí vamos a ver a ver si ya bajó.
There we go.
No,
See? Fixed it.
no lo intenten, esto se quebró el cemento.
No more trip hazard. No more trip hazard. Oh. Just... you wanna... I got a good one for you. This is a good one. Oh, if you haven't seen this, you're gonna laugh. Oh. 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 Oh my. Oh. Oh. Oh, sorry. That's too funny. Here we go. Oh. You know what she said? Did you hear what she said? She wants to solve a puzzle. She said, knock it out the park. Oh, phrasing, sweetheart. Knock it out the park. No, it's knock it out of the park. That is all that she had to say. But she didn't. Oh. 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 Oh my. Here, let's show a little bit of love to the blondes. Blonde lives matter. They say all blondes are dumb. No. Oh. I love this guy. Love this guy right here. Oh, right here. Check this out.
Dear white people that are cool with black folks and don't judge nobody by their skin tone, would you be my friend? That's all I wanted to know. That's all I'm trying to find out.
That right there is a good man. Ah. Oh. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, what is this one? All right, guys, just okay. What is it that I was going to show? Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, here's another one. And I showed you guys this one earlier, but this is over the skies of Portugal and Spain. Check this out. Boom. That is that meteor again. It just keeps showing up. It was so crazy that it basically says that it was closer to Pinheiro, which I'm not sure where exactly Pinheiro is, but that's where it's supposedly closer to. And yeah, crazy to see one of those, and it lit up the sky. It is so beautiful. I was like, man, just the people that were able to catch that on film, dude, amazing. Let's all get out. I've got one more I'm going to show to you. If I can pull it up, let me find it here. Let me see. I may not be able to show it. Nope, can't show that. But I can show this one right here. And this is dude's sister. That this is her first time holding pads up for her brother. For her first time holding pads, she decided to help him out. Thought boxing was only violence. She's having a good time. Look at her go. Look at this. She is. Look at this. God. Oh. Look at her go. Look at her go. That's where she went from. Oh. Oh. I love it. And here we go. So in case you were wondering what that was shooting across the sky, it is called a bolide. It's normally taken to mean exceptionally bright meteor, but the term is subject to more than one definition. According to context, it may refer to any large crater-forming body or to one that explodes in the atmosphere. It can be a synonym for fireball, sometimes specific to those of apparent magnitude of -4 or brighter. Refer to a different phenomenon depending on the context in which the world appears. Super bold eye. But yeah, that's right what it is. One happened in 2013, and this is what it looked like going over Russia in 2013. Just pay attention, as it's going to light up the sky, and this is as it fires in through the Earth's atmosphere and lights up. It's pretty awesome. That right there is awesome. Boom, 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 boom. That right there is a bold eye. Pretty neat. Not a rocket. Now, some people might have thought that it was, but it's not. Not a rocket. Pretty cool, huh? I thought it was pretty damn neat. But with that, you fine folks have been so entertaining and have made it so much fun to be hanging out with all of you. And we've got some new stories that we're going to be covering whenever I get back from out of town. And it'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be a really good time. We've got that's not good. Oh, that's funny. Sorry, can't show that one. That'll get me in trouble onto YouTube. Oh, that actually, I do want to show you one more. Just in case you guys were wondering what happened with this is Houston right here. This is Houston, where a tornado came ripping through. Storms. That right there is what the tornado that ripped through Houston did.
A tornado went through downtown Houston and blew out all those windows. All the brown spots that you see are all windows that are destroyed by the tornado.
Yeah. So, surprised you hadn't heard more about this on the news, because this happened over the weekend. Blew out the windows. That was what happened in Houston. And also, you guys get, Captain Kern in your prayers. He's had a little bit of a rough go with his house has received some pretty severe damage. It's not a happy place for him to be right now. He's got the good amount of damage to it, and it's he's 30,000. Texas Gen says 30,000 are still without power in the Houston area. Well, in Texas. So that's pretty drastic. Having 30,000 people without power. It could be worse, could be much worse. But yeah, that's, we, like I said, Kern, he's got some damage to his house that's probably going to be irreparable. He doesn't have insurance on it, which makes it a little bit worse. So we've got lots of thoughts and prayers for him. Keep him in your hearts, because this is, sucks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you guys over to see him. And Mo isn't going to be doing a stream this morning. She's got other things that she's going to be doing. In about 8 minutes, a new video should be dropping for Mo. I made it last night. If you guys did not see it, it is about Dingus, the Dingus Murder Mittens. what the song is about, or the video. And if you're not a member, you haven't seen it, well, or a subscriber, sorry, member, subscriber, member. Yeah, member. If you're not a member, I'm not a member. If you're not a member, then you won't get the early morning edition. But that one was for Mo that everybody was interested in purchasing for her last night. So it's going to be bad. Yeah, MLS, there was a storm last night. There was a storm in Colorado where Captain Kearns was at. So everybody go by, show him a little bit of love, and give him a nice thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to him, well, let's see if we can get that man up to 500 subs and possibly up to 1,000. It'd be awesome. Thank you very much, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you this evening. Ooh, it's gonna get spicy this evening. Good stuff. Okay, see you soon.
Now I gotta call somebody to come get me because my car turned into a spaceship and I don't know how to fly it. I'm not an astronaut.